Hello, everybody. It's Kara, and I kind of wanted to talk about some pretty important stuff that's going on with me right now, and I want to see if any of you relate. First off, I'll start with saying I have never been a religious person by any means. I have tried throughout the years to kind of, find my path, I guess you could say. I guess with BPD, a lot of the feeling lost is a pretty common thing. Well, it's a common thing for most people anyways. So, nothing really fit in, with me, and I had a lot of pretty bad experiences with religion growing up. So, I kind of just, I've always said that I was agnostic. So, I always said I don't know and you don't either. So, anyways. So, in regards to my prior video, sleep paralysis and hallucinations. Well, first off, I'll start by saying I got my results back from my neurologist. I had gone for an EEG as well as a CT scan, and they both came back clear. There was no signs of any seizure activity, and there was also no scar tissue from any prior, what would have been maybe seizure activity. So that's good news. It also still leaves me with questions. I'm not too sure, actually. I can't even think of how I came across this. I know a couple of my viewers on my other channel had mentioned to me that I guess I seem open-minded enough to try astral projection. I had mentioned about sleep paralysis and that kind of thing, and I had heard about astral projection before, but I just never really knew what it was. So I'm going to read a little article here on Astral projectiononline.com. I'll put a link in the description below. And I'm going to read some of the signs to you. And I guess we'll go from there. I feel like I am getting some answers, and this is a pretty open-minded topic. So let's just go for it. Okay. So this article on astral projection stories is going to be about knowing important astral projection symptoms to guide astral projection enthusiasts in their quest to experiencing an actual astral projection. It kind of blows my mind that people actually try and do this, because after I read the signs to you, I'm going to let you know I'm pretty sure that I have been doing this and I have no control over it, and it scares the crap out of me. So here we go. Symptoms here are defined as initial sensations that precede a real and certified astral projection, which is more commonly known as an out-of-body experience. The first symptom would be the feeling that one's entire body is being electrocuted or is vibrating non-stop without meaning to. I'm thinking that's why I thought I was having seizures. So that's pretty wild. It says, pay attention to the vibration and do not wish for it to go away. Because if the vibrations go on for a few more minutes, one is very close to projecting to an actual projection, one that you have been waiting for. See, if I would have known this. Anyways, we'll carry on. Okay, so the next one, experiencing cataplexy, or sleep paralysis without wanting to, while asleep is a safe condition and one that discourages the person from panicking. It's terrifying. This is because if one panics and tries to move his body or speak, might be preventing an actual projection from occurring. So the third symptom, meanwhile, has to do with buzzing and such other annoying sounds that one hears while concentrating on doing an astral projection. One is to not ignore the sounds and to welcome even when the sounds become louder or intensified, as this means that an out-of-body experience is in the offing. Embrace the sounds wholeheartedly. That's another thing I was complaining about. It was sometimes this really, really low frequency humming, and it feels like my head's gonna explode. And there's been other times when it's a high-pitched white noise squeal kind of thing. So I guess that's another sign. Hallucinations, very visual ones, are the most common in pre-astral projections. One need not panic if one sees hellish or heavenly scenes that are unrecognizable, because this means that an actual astral projection is about to happen, so embrace the images. There's my nightmares. Though the fifth symptom is kind of a scary one, a person hoping for an astral projection should still remain calm and relax. A rapid heartbeat is but a passing sensation and one that will go away once a certified out-of-body experience happens. So once again, don't panic. Embrace instead the passing experience. Feel your heart beating rapidly. Embrace it. Okay, and then we go on to the sixth symptom. It's breathing changes when a person experiences to having shortness of breath. Again, one is advised against panicking, because this will soon come to pass with an actual astral projection happening. Go for it then and embrace the experience. So these are the five pre-astral projection sensations that a person should watch for. This also ends the article that is included in the series on astral projection stories. Embrace each sensation, feel each one, and never panic. This is just absolutely crazy to me. I am still waiting to hear to get an appointment with a sleep specialist. The only other thing, like I had said before, I was looking into, wondering if it's a sleep disorder, even narcolepsy. It has so much in common with this astral projection stuff, and this has happened to me when I was a child. I've always had, I guess you could say, dreams or nightmares where I literally was there. And the sleep paralysis, the humming. I always just chalked it up to stress. But, so, yeah, this is pretty crazy to me. Even just knowing that this is supposed to be an amazing and beautiful experience, it makes me feel better. I'm just at the beginning. To me, I take this as a spiritual emergency, because since I had started making my ASMR videos on my other channel, this has been happening every single time I lay down during the day. It doesn't happen at night, and I have never tried to do it, ever. It just blows my mind that people want. I mean, I guess they understand. It takes the fear out of it. So just to confuse you a little bit more, if you are already kind of boggled by this, I'm sure a lot of you have already either heard of this or have experienced it. I know some of you have, and that's too awesome, and I would love to talk. I am going to also speak about Kundalini. I will explain what it is. Okay. One of my friends on Facebook had told me about Kundalini, I'm not too sure how to say it, awakening. And from what I understand, the Kundalini is based in your root chakra. So that is where the serpent lies. The serpent is coiled, and as you awaken, the serpent will travel up through the 7 chakras and out your crown, and you will be completely enlightened. That's just a mild way to put it. So I have some pretty amazing ascension Kundalini symptoms. These symptoms can last for many years for many people, and other people go through them, or only some of them, in shorter periods. It says not to be afraid. It's something that apparently is happening to a lot of people since 2012. It's supposed to happen. It's all very kind of amazing and very intense, so I'm just gonna read some stuff here. Don't get freaked out, and it's just it's pretty neat, and I'm trying to get out of the mindset of having myself known as a person with borderline personality disorder. And if that means working on my spirituality, I will do as much as I can, and I will work as hard as I can to become an enlightened person. I'll read you some of the signs here, and a lot of them sound like mental illness, and I'm leaning towards not saying mental illness isn't real. It is very much real, but for me, I feel there's a lot more answers that I need to find. I've always been that kind of person. I've always had a lot of questions. So here's some ascension Kundalini symptoms, and I will tell you what it is afterwards. Repeated intense inner body heat, hot flashes. Hands or bottoms of your feet can be extremely hot. Your spine, your back, your head, or entire body heat. Extreme sweating with every Kundalini hot flash. Repeated cold flashes. Inner body cold spots. Certain chakra, I think it's chakra. I will say chakra because I like saying it like that better. Areas turn cold for periods of time. Inner body, electrical like vibrations, buzzing, inner shaking, slowly moving inner energy vibrations. Extra electricity in your body, constantly getting zapped when you touch things. Muscle spasms, twitching, itching, strange sensations on or under the skin, nerve sensitivity. Pain and pressures in areas of the spine. Pressure so intense it blows certain vertebrae out of place. Well, I haven't had it that intense. I definitely feel a lot of pressure in my spine and in my head. Mental confusion, inability to focus mentally, temporary loss of certain words, names, terms, sudden mood changes, intense anger, frustration, sadness, joy, bliss, repulsion of all things negative. That's a huge one for me. Going a little crazy for periods of time. Who doesn't? Uncontrollably voicing your extreme anger and repulsion over all things negative. Clairvoyantly seeing lights and seeing other dimensional beings could be another one. Smelling smoky, burning incense when none is physically there. Sorry, I was sitting on the balcony last night and I was complaining about that. And my boyfriend said he couldn't smell anything, and it happened 4 times yesterday. I don't know if it's coincidence. That's pretty crazy. I have never read this list, so. Hearing non-physical sounds, voices, words, clicks, buzzing, unrecognizable sounds, sudden waves of nausea, sudden waves of dizziness, sense of falling, sense of tipping over, dropping through the floor, sudden onset of or increase in your allergies, sudden onset of chemical sensitivity. This is a really long list. Bear with me. Severe sensitivity to sounds, smells, lights, heat, cold, energies, other people, lower energies, and lower consciousness. Sudden eating or food changes, craving more protein foods, needing very light foods, small amounts, eating at different times. It almost sounds like signs for subconsciously becoming a monk. That's kind of neat. Difficulty digesting all foods, inability to drink alcohol, take drugs, etc. So, your body's way of cleansing. Phases of bowel sensitivities, bloating, pains, and pressures. Severe belly bloat, swelling in the gut and upper diaphragm, the Buddha belly. Intense phases of pain in the head, pressures in the head, sore skull, and a bruised feeling. Inability to physically be around people or large groups of people. Inability to function, a need for privacy and quiet to survive all you're living through. Hair falling out, breaking, not growing, weak, undernourished hair. Well, that's not cool. Nightmares. lucid dreams, positive and negative psychic experiences, psychic attacks while awake and asleep. I've always told people I'm psychic. I have dreams and I know it's going to come true some way or another, and it always does, and it scares me. I don't like it, actually. Sudden, unexpected, out-of-body experiences. So, in my experience, seeing this as a sign of ascension, I take this as the BPD hallmark, one of the hallmarks, dissociation. So just think about that. Repeatedly coming awake at specific times of the night. 3, 3:33, 4:44, 5:55, etc. Repetition of numbers. Inability to sleep, inability to stay asleep, needing to sleep and get out of body during the day, exhaustion naps, profound physical exhaustion, emotional exhaustion, mental exhaustion, body weakness, muscle weakness, lethargy, achy body, bones and joints. Hyperstates, restless, edgy, can't relax, can't rest or be comfortable. Mind races despite your exhausted body. There's the bipolar trait, Extreme emotional phases, crying, weeping, mourning, feeling love for all beings, etc. Glorious changes and expansions in consciousness, perceptions, quantum knowing of things versus linear thinking, and a major ego dismantling. Feeling lost. This is where I am right now. So, I will tell you, I'll read a little bit about what exactly this Kundalini awakening is. Okay, I just found a quick little article here about Kundalini awakening. It says, what is Kundalini really? More commonly known in Western cultures as Holy Spirit, Kundalini is the ancient Sanskrit name for the primal life force that animates all living entities, the evolutionary force behind all living matter. It operates unconsciously until awakened through Shakipat initiation. Shakipat is a Sanskrit word for the process of activating the higher Kundalini Shakti energy, initiating the process of spiritual growth and enlightenment, and advancing personal evolution dramatically. This has also been called the baptism by fire and second birth, a truly sacred mystical experience. Receiving or activating the Kundalini can be profoundly moving, life-changing experience under any circumstances. Kundalini awakening enables one to access what is far beyond the normal human realm and its imaginings. You will undertake a journey of growth and transformation facilitated by your own divine energies as they work tirelessly to remove roadblocks, break through personal limitations, and empower you to ultimately achieve the very highest aspects of selfhood. So, that's basically what it is. I'm just going to read another thing here. So, when spiritual seekers, or even those who do not consider themselves to be on a spiritual path, find themselves experiencing levels of awareness or energy transformation that they are unable to handle or for which they have no reference, then the result can be a state of emergency. In this state, a person feels highly vulnerable and oversensitive to incoming stimuli. Typically, they feel overwhelmed, fragmented, fearful, confused, and disoriented. With their absorption in inner processes, they may not be able to look after even basic self-care. All these situations can be bewildering and frightening, and at these times these people need support and reassurance as they undergo their transformations. There's another little excerpt here of some signs. While the awakening Kundalini may be a dramatic experience, the resultant shift in consciousness may be accompanied by years of physical and psychological upheavals. The process of Kundalini awakening can vary greatly from person to person. Some have intense physical symptoms, while others experience mainly emotional or psychological symptoms. It is as if the new energy invites a spring cleaning throughout the entire system, with unresolved physical or emotional conditions coming up for resolution and release. The life-transforming changes which accompany a Kundalini awakening cover the entire physiological, emotional, mental, and spiritual spectrum. Okay. So let me find some more stuff here. Okay. There's something called the Kundalini syndrome, and this is when it emerges when you're unaware of it, very fast, very intense, and I'm pretty sure that is what is happening to me because I am just lost. This is not anything I've ever felt before. I'll just read some stuff here, and don't judge me. Okay, so number one is an overload of one's nervous system with the potential to cause a break with reality, necessitating a hospital stay and medical treatment. 2. Short or long-term disorientation where one spaces in and out of higher planes and is rendered unable to focus long enough to be able to work. 3. Inability to have normal relationships with partners due to the workings of the Kundalini current in the private areas. This usually passes in time, but there are individuals who have been burdened with it for years. Oh, that's sad. Gastrointestinal disorders, a condition that is caused by rising Kundalini energy pressing upon the colon area. Severe anxiety. When Kundalini becomes overwhelming, it can make one feel as though they are on the brink of losing their mind and cause constant fear. Nightly dreams where one leaves the body. In some cases, a person feels as if they are being tormented by negative entities that seem too real and causes one to wake up in total fear, thinking they are doomed to experience these hellish dreams over and over. Excessive Kundalini building up in the head when one tries to study or read for extended periods of time, along with waking up all through the night from the increased Kundalini energy flowing into the brain. This can put an end to a person's pursuit of higher education, leaving one tired all day from insufficient sleep. Problems that resurface years after the initial awakening. If you are having what you consider to be a flawless Kundalini experience, do not think you are out of the woods. Some had ideal Kundalini awakening for about 7 years until things went awry. That's not very nice. Many people who had an advanced Kundalini awakening experience a huge increase in their ego, rather than what would one expect, a decrease of ego. So, what do you guys think? I just wanted to kind of speak my mind on some stuff that I've been researching, I guess you could say. And, well, I'm happy to find out that I'm not having seizures. That's pretty awesome. I also have recently talked to my psychiatrist, and according to her, I mean, you know, we all feel what we feel. You can't have someone tell you. But from her perspective, she thinks that I am almost in the clear of this borderline business. It is obviously a lot of work every single day. But I was pretty happy to hear that. I also haven't really had anything to test me yet to see how easily I get triggered. But my family's moving here in about 2 weeks, so I guess we'll see how far my therapy has taken me. I hope you're all doing well, and if you have any comments or stories or anything about this topic, or I don't know, if you liked this video, if you'd like to listen to more stuff like this, I might, you know, be a little more organized. And so I hope you guys take care, and I don't know, this could be astral projection. I really hope that somebody out there can relate. Anyways, talk to you later, guys. Take care and be strong.